As if the residents of Gaza needed any more violence, a number of bombings have been documented over the past couple of months aimed at Hamas by rivals who claim allegiance to the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria, or ISIS. Now, a group affiliated with ISIS has reportedly released a video threatening Hamas, which said, quote, "We will uproot the state of the Jews, Israel, and you and Fatah, and all of the secularists are nothing, and you will be overrun by our creeping multitudes. The rule of Islamic law will be implemented in Gaza in spite of you," end of quote. As if beginning to make good on that promise, more than 50 people were killed in the Egyptian Sinai yesterday, right by the Gaza border, in attacks linked to ISIS. But the people of Gaza are still recovering from the horrors of last year's brutal Israeli war, during which thousands of Palestinians were killed, among them hundreds of children. A UN Commission report on the war has already garnered controversy for daring to point out Israeli war crimes. Joining me now is Max Blumenthal. He's a senior writer for Alternet and the award-winning author of Goliath and Republican Gomorrah. His latest book, just out now, is called The 51-Day War, Ruin and Resistance in Gaza. He's coming to Southern California next week as part of his book tour for an event with Uprising, where I'll be interviewing him on stage. Welcome to the program, Max.
Good to be with you.
Well, first, what do you make of this ISIS threat to Gaza and to Hamas?
It's interesting to watch. I mean, for the past decade, there have been about a few hundred extreme Salafist activists inside the Gaza Strip. Now they may number in the thousands, and we see mysterious bombings taking place at Hamas installations and at places like the French Cultural Center. And no one quite knows who's behind all of these bombings, but now these ISIS-related elements or Salafist elements who are claiming some kind of linkage to the Islamic State are taking responsibility. And what I can deduce is that the despair in the Gaza Strip after a war that left 18,000 homes destroyed, 2,200 people dead, over 10,000 wounded, and not one home has been rebuilt. No reconstruction money has come in, and people are still living under a kind of a crushing and very repressive situation, is that the despair is breeding radicalization. That's what has happened. That's one of the factors that the Islamic State has benefited from across the Middle East, and now they're trying to exploit the despair in the Gaza Strip to make a kind of power play.